Hello, today is Monday, July 3rd, 2023. It's almost midnight, so it will be Tuesday soon. Luckily, I have a day off on a Friday again, so I am excited about that. It's a 4-day week for me, which is good for me. I am trying to understand how U.S. electricity grid and markets are formed or operated, and I'm trying to read this article to practice English by reading it aloud and memorize good words and expressions that I deem useful, come in handy when I interact with foreigners or when I move to America to work. Yes, I will have to retire within 5 years from now. So I'm very young in my mind, but I am 55 years old already. If you look at me, you would think that I am just 45 or 40 years old. So I am that young. If you have a job opening for me, please contact me and don't hesitate to propose your ideas. Here we go. This article is from EPA.gov. This is official website of the United States government. EPA, United States Environmental Protection Agency. Green power markets, U.S. electricity grid and markets, wholesale market, retail electricity markets. Market structure affects the available renewable energy options, new resource, video, electricity generation in the U.S. The green power market is a part of the larger electricity market in the United States. In order to understand the role of renewable energy in the electricity market, it is important to know how the U.S. electricity grid and market are organized. The electricity grid is a complex machine in which electricity is generated at centralized power plants and decentralized units and is transported through a system of substations, transformers, transmission lines, and distribution lines that deliver the product to its end user, the consumer. Since the large amounts of electricity cannot be stored, it must be produced as it is used. According to the U.S. Energy Information Administration, EIA, the U.S. power grid is made up of over 7,300 power plants, nearly 160,000 miles of high voltage power lines, and millions of miles of low voltage power lines and distribution transformers connecting 145 million customers throughout the country, EIA 2016. Wow, 7,300 power plants. Electricity in the United States is generated using a variety of resources and technologies. Most electricity is produced using conventional sources such as natural gas, oil, coal, and nuclear. The following chart is from EIA reported data and shows major energy sources and percent shares of the U.S. electricity generation at utility scale facilities in 2019. So utility scale facilities or utility grade facilities, right? It's not a consumer scale facilities, utility scale facilities. Sources of U.S. electricity generation 2020 total 4.12 trillion kilowatt hours. Wind 8.4%, hydro 7.3%, solar 2.3%, biomass 1.4%, geothermal 0.4%, renewables 20%. Wind, hydro, solar, biomass, geothermal. Petroleum 1%, nuclear 20%, coal 19%, natural gas 40%. In America, they still use coal, 19%, nuclear, 20%. What's that? 3 Mile Island, renewables, 20%. 20% is amazing. And renewable includes wind, hydro, solar, biomass, and geothermal. Note, electricity generation from utility-scale generators. Hydro is conventional hydroelectric. Petroleum includes petroleum liquids and petroleum coke, other gases, hydroelectric pumped storage, and other sources. Source: U.S. Energy Information Administration, Electricity Power Monthly, February 2021, preliminary data. In 2019, natural gas had the largest share, 38%, in U.S. electricity generation. Coal had the second largest share, 23%, and nuclear had the third largest, 20%. Renewable energy sources contribute to about 17% of U.S. electricity production at utility-scale facilities. Of this share, 7.3% came from wind, 6.6% from hydropower. 2019 was the first year that wind power generation surpassed hydropower. Other renewable sources, such as solar, biomass, and geothermal, have a minor share. Of this share, 7.3% came from wind, 6.6% from hydropower. Utility-scale facilities have a minor share. U.S. electricity generation by major energy source, 1950 to 2020. Billion kilowatt hours. Petroleum and other. It's now decreasing. Renewables increasing. Nuclear just about the same but increased. Natural gas increasing. Coal decreasing. Petroleum and other almost gone. Note, electricity generation from utility-scale facilities. Source: U.S. Energy Information Administration Monthly Energy Review, Table 7.2a, January 2021, and Electric Power Monthly, February 2021, preliminary data for 2020. More recently, however, some of the fastest growing sources of electricity have been sourced from renewable sources. For example, wind, solar, etc. U.S. electricity generation from renewable energy sources, 2020. Solar, wind increasing, geothermal just about the same, status quo. Biomass, just about the same before. Hydroelectric, just about the same. Note, electricity generation from utility scale facilities. Hydroelectric is conventional hydropower. Source: U.S. Energy Information Administration Monthly Energy Review, Table 7.2a, January 2021, and Electric Power Monthly, February 2021, preliminary data for 2020. Larger electricity networks are created through the interconnection of local grids, which are linked for commercial and reliability purposes. At the highest level, the network covering the lower 48 states is comprised of 3 major interconnections. At the highest level, the network covering the lower 48 states Yeah, two states, Hawaii and Alaska, they are not a continental U.S., right? So they are omitted here. The lower 48 states is comprised of three major interconnections, functioning predominantly independently of one another with limited exchanges of power between them. North American electric power grids, Western Interconnect, Texas Interconnect, Eastern Interconnect. Amazing. Western Interconnect, Eastern Interconnect, and Texas Interconnect. The Eastern Interconnection comprises the area from the Great Plains states, excluding most of Texas, eastward to the Atlantic coast. The Western Interconnection comprises the area west of the Rocky Mountains and the Great Plains to the Pacific coast. The Electric Reliability Council of Texas, ERCOT, covers most of the state of Texas. The vast network structure of the interconnections improves economics by allowing generators to be optimally sited and helps maintain optimally sited, that's good word, optimally located, optimally sited, and helps maintain the stability and reliability of the grid by delivering multiple pathways for power to flow. The redundant design of the grid helps prevent service interruptions to retail customers due to transmission line or power plant failures. Regional balancing authorities manage grid operations to ensure that electricity supply constantly matches power demand in a balance that maintains the reliable service of the electric grid system. Regional balancing authorities. Wholesale electricity markets. U.S. electricity markets have both wholesale and retail components. Wholesale markets involve the sales of electricity among electric utilities and electricity traders before it is eventually sold to consumers. Retail markets involve the sales of electricity to consumers. Both wholesale and retail markets can be traditionally regulated or competitive markets. Wholesale electric power markets. CAISO, Green, PJM, pink, MISO, cyan, SPP, orange, light orange, ISO, NE, ERCOT, NY, ISO. What's the green? What's the gray color, man? Where's the gray color? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? The gray is missing. Some parts of the U.S. wholesale electricity market are traditionally regulated gray areas, meaning that vertically integrated utilities are responsible for the entire flow of electricity to consumers. They own the generation, transmission, and distribution systems used to serve electricity consumers. It's a vertically integrated utilities. Some parts of the U.S. wholesale electricity market are traditionally regulated gray areas, meaning that vertically integrated utilities are responsible for the entire flow of electricity to consumers. They own the generation, transmission, and distribution systems used to serve electricity consumers. Other parts of the wholesale market, the Northeast, Midwest, Texas, and California, are restructured competitive markets. These markets are run by independent system operators, ISOs. ISOs includes both regional transmission organizations, RTOs, and ISOs. Independent system operators. Other parts of the wholesale market, the Northeast, Midwest, Texas, and California, are structured competitive markets. These markets are run by independent system operators, ISOs. ISOs includes both regional transmission organizations, RTOs, and ISOs. ISOs use competitive market mechanisms that allow independent power producers and non-utility generators to trade power. In structured competitive markets, utilities are commonly responsible for retail electricity service to customers and are less likely to own generation and transmission sources. Retail electricity market. Retail markets are determined at the state level and can be traditionally regulated or competitive. In a traditionally regulated retail electricity market, gray, consumers cannot choose who generates their power and are required to purchase from the utility in that area. Traditionally regulated electricity markets dominate most of the Southeast, Northwest, and much of the West, excluding California. In these states, most renewable energy projects are utility-owned. As a result, developing a large green power project in a traditionally regulated state and claiming renewable energy use can often be challenging. Competitive retail electricity markets, blue, allow electricity consumers to choose between competitive retail suppliers. These electricity markets have opened generation for competition from independent power producers in 24 states. For example, California, Texas, and most states in the Northeast. 18 of these states and Washington, D.C. have also introduced retail choice, which allows residential and or industrial consumers to choose their own electricity provider and generation options, including renewable energy. There is greater flexibility around the structure of a retail supply contract and the location of the project and the scale of selected renewable source. In these competitive markets, municipally owned utilities may not offer their customers retail choice. It is important to note that the market is not always divided clearly between traditionally regulated markets and competitive market states. Some states, like California, are partially restructured markets and only permit certain consumers to engage in retail choice. Retail electric power markets, traditionally regulated, competitive. Market structure affects the available renewable energy options. Available renewable energy options can be directly affected or constrained by electricity market structure as well as state and utility policies. Consumers in traditionally regulated markets with vertically integrated utilities are largely limited to green power products offered by the utility, which are called utility products or green pricing products. These are bundled products that include renewable energy certificates, RECs, with electricity service. Participating customers usually pay more for renewable electricity in their electric utility bill. Another green power product only available in traditionally regulated markets are green tariffs, which are bundled green power products from specific renewable energy projects procured through special utility tariff rates. Customers in competitive electricity markets can shop various electricity service providers for competitive products or green marketing products, which are optional product offerings for customers in competitive or deregulated markets to procure bundled renewable electricity from their default utility supplier or from an alternative competitive electricity supplier. Market structure also significantly impacts an electricity consumer's ability to engage in a power purchase agreement (PPA), to engage in a physical direct PPA. An electricity consumer must be in a competitive retail market, and the project must be in a competitive wholesale market that is interconnected with the consumer's ISO. To engage in a financial PPA, an electricity consumer can be anywhere in the United States, and the project must be in a competitive wholesale market. Power purchase agreements, physical PPA. Projects must be located in a light blue and dark blue. Facilities must be located in dark blue. Financial PPA. Projects must be located in both. Facilities must be located anywhere in the contiguous U.S. PPA. Power purchase agreement. Market structure also significantly impacts on electricity consumers' ability to engage in a power purchase agreement (PPA). To engage in a physical direct PPA, an electricity consumer must be in a competitive retail market, and the project must be in a competitive wholesale market that is interconnected with the consumer's ISO. To engage in a financial PPA, an electricity consumer can be anywhere in the United States, and the project must be in a competitive wholesale market. I'm not sure what I am saying, reading, but I'm finished. Yeah, I was distracted with other thoughts, like a female monkey at the office. A female monkey at the zoo. Market structure effects, available renewable energy options. Yep, a little bit complicated for me because ISO, PPA, interconnect, competitive market, vertically integrated market, regulated market, restructured regulation, and so on. And also we learned that percent is singular. And also what else? What else I learned? Energy sources, renewables is a plural. Renewables 20%. Nuclear, coal, natural gas, renewables 20%. Petroleum. Renewables include wind, hydro, solar, biomass, geothermal. Renewables is a plural, right? It's a plural. The utility scale generators, utility grade, utility scale generators. That's it. Thanks for listening. Take care. Bye bye.